Welcome, Aquarians. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Eve the Empress Oracle. Today we're going to go ahead and do your TarotScope. Okay, this is whatever theme shows up in the cards. We're not swaying it in one direction or another. It's just whatever the cards show is what we're going with. All right, if this resonates with you, please drop me a like, leave me a comment, let me know how things are playing out, and subscribe if you have not already done so. Share my channel and my content with family and friends because there may be messages here for them as well. We're starting with the Moonology deck to see what your overall message is. A win-win outcome is forecast. All right, so and this is Libra energy at the time that I'm recording this. This is Libra season, but this is a timeless reading, so whenever you watch it, it's for you. Now, this is talking about that there doesn't have to be a win-lose situation. That there is somehow, regardless of what's going on, there's a way, and there's a way in circumstances that can make it so that no one is on the losing end, whatever that is for you. This is telling you that there is a way for you to be happy and whoever you're dealing with to be happy. Whether this is a family member or friend, a romantic partner, whoever you're in conflict with or whoever you're having disagreements with or having to make decisions about certain things, there's a way so that you both can get what you want, or at least some type of compromised version of it. All right. Now, this is the Moon deck here. Let's see what your other message is before we go into the tarot. I forgive and let go with loving ease. Yeah, so maybe you have to let go of something. Maybe you need to be willing to bend a little bit. Be willing to see another's perspective. Not be so set on how you thought things were going to turn out or what you envisioned the outcome of the situation to be. You have to be open that and know that things change. Things change. Things are always unfolding. Circumstances are always changing. So be flexible so that you can move with the current instead of trying to fight it. All right, so there is a way for you to be happy, for you to get what you want, while also satisfying the other party, regardless of who that is to you. All right, you need to forgive whatever that is. Forgive and let go. Holding on to stuff, holding grudges, being resentful, that's only going to harm you, and it's only going to keep you in a stuck and stagnant energy. There's your card. That's all about healing. So the Eight of Wands, this is all about fast movement. Things picking up quick, things moving in. This is communication. This is action. Things moving fast. Judgment. This can have to do with ending a cycle, having to speak up for something, having to, how can you say it? Own up to choices that you've made and possibly endure some of the consequences about it. And that can be where the win-win is, because maybe you and somebody were doing things that wasn't ideal, or you didn't handle something in the ideal way or the right way, whether you consciously was aware of that or not, and the other person as well. So now it's showing that now that this stuff is aired out and out in the open, there is a way for both of you to handle this better, to do things better. Now that it's brought up to you now you are consciously aware of a choice that you made or something that happened in the past. This is a way for you to course correct it, for you to correct it, for you to do better moving forward. Because then we also have the Star card, and this is all about healing. This is about healing and wish fulfillment. But you have I forgive and let go with loving ease. So maybe this is you healing from something. There was something that you needed to release, that you needed to let go of, that you were holding on to, and that has been taking a toll on you. And now it's your opportunity to heal from this situation and to let it go, so that you can make your way to fulfillment, to emotional fulfillment, whatever it is. That's just what I'm getting, is fulfillment, to feel whole, to feel complete. Yeah, the Six of Wands. Yeah, someone hurt you, or okay. Yeah, it's emotional fulfillment that you're seeking. So right now you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, you can also check out the Capricorn reading, because they were dealing with a similar situation. But this is quick movement, quick communication. There, you can be getting recognition or praise for something that you've done, some good work, or there's some type of recognition going on here. And it can be that now you're trying to do better. Like I said, you're working on yourself, you're making better choices, you're handling certain things better than you would have in the past, and you're getting recognized for that. People are seeing the progress that you have made on an internal level. All right, but there was some hurt in the past. There could have been some financial things going on in the past. You could have been hurting financially, you could have been in debt, but this was a result of choices that you made. It wasn't something necessarily that was done to you. It was something that you kind of did to yourself. And there was a lesson that needed to be learned. And it can be how to better prioritize your finances, to make better choices, maybe have better spending habits or saving habits. Like, you're learning from whatever was done before. Whatever mistakes or whatever things you've done before, you're learning from it. It was a learning experience. And this could have been what was weighing heavily on you, because you kind of knew that there was nobody to blame but yourself for the financial situation that you were in. And, it happens to the best of us. Sometimes things happen. So I'm not knocking you or trying to put you down. But it was just a situation where you didn't have anyone to blame. You couldn't place the blame on anyone. This is something that you had to sit with and face, acknowledge and accept, that, for example, like, damn, I was supposed to save for this, but I didn't. I ended up spending money on this, and now, I need money for that, or whatever. And that it's nobody's fault. It was just because you chose to spend your money on something else that you felt was more important at that time, or you weren't really thinking and planning for the future. So, it slipped your mind. But this is you taking inventory and learning from that mistake, from that previous choice, to not do it again, to now make better conscious decisions, to plan a little better, for the future. And it's allowing you to heal. You're healing within. And then you are going to be happy, but you kind of need to face your own internal demons, so to speak, because that's what I'm getting. That's why that Judgment card is there. It's like something's being brought to your attention, but you're refusing to accept it, or you're pushing it away. It's like you won't accept it. You don't want to hear. Nobody wants to hear that they're wrong or that they did something wrong. Nobody wants to hear that. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. You're at this point where you don't want to be told what to do. You also don't want to hear that you made a mistake. You don't want to hear how you could have did things better. It's like you just don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear people's opinions. You need to figure it out on your own. And that's all fine and dandy. But at the same time, you also need to be honest with yourself. Because if you don't admit that you made a mistake, you don't admit that, yeah, you handled something poorly, you could have done things better. And if you don't take the necessary lessons that needed to be learned from those choices you made, from the consequences you had to deal with, you know, all that stuff, then you're going to continue to go through that cycle. It's going to be a continuous cycle that you're going to go through until you learn what you need to learn, and then you can come out of that hamster wheel and move on to the next lesson of life that you need to learn. And that is what's going to help you be on your journey to emotional fulfillment. You need to learn the lessons, do better, and move forward. You can't continue to dwell on it and sulk in it. You need to learn what needs to be learned and do better and move forward. That's it. You can't live in the past. And the present, and you can't live in the present either, because, for example, this is the present now. Now what I just said was the past. So you can't stay there. You always have to continue to move, because that's how the world works. That's how time works. It continues to go forward whether you're in agreement with it or not. So it's time for you to get in agreement. It's time for you to learn what you need to learn to do better, to move forward. You're making progress, all right? And it's just about changing that perspective that no one has to lose. You don't have to be on the losing end. Neither does the other person. There is a way for you guys to come together, to come to a win-win situation, so that everybody gets a little bit of what they want. All right, there may have to be some compromising, but just because you're compromising don't mean that you're losing. You can be gaining a lot more than what you're not getting. So it's all about that perspective there. You need to heal. All right. So I hope this is what you needed to hear, Aquarius. Drop me a like, leave me a comment. Until next time, many blessings.